welcome back to Dead Wives and Kids with Knives, a nuanced discussion of the literary works of Stephen King. I'm Cody.
I'm Jill.
Welcome. This is Afterwards. We're going to just talk a little bit more about the last book we read, which was Carrie, Stephen King's first novel.
Yes.
We talked a lot about it last time, but
yes.
I realized there were just a couple of things that I forgot that I wanted to talk about.
And I already don't remember the book, so I will follow your lead on this
Great.
one. Yeah.
One of the things that I wanted to talk about in the movie Carrie, it's set in Maine, the town of Ewan, I think. Carrie does not have a Maine accent. Carrie obviously is played by Sissy Spacek, who sounds like a coal miner's daughter the whole movie.
Okay.
She uses her natural Tennessee accent where she's from, I think. John Travolta does not have a Maine accent. He sounds like, the guy from Grease.
Yeah.
He sounds like the guy from,
Hey, I'm a bad guy in this
Hey, what
movie.
are we doing there in Maine?
What are we
Jeez,
doing? Oh, yeah.
They really didn't bother to try to simulate the Maine accent, which, is a creative choice that I think Brian De Palma didn't really care about, and that's fine. That's something that as we start watching more Stephen King adaptations, other filmmakers are going to start trying to do, because as Stephen King starts to write more and more of building up his Maine universe, he does start to write characters with thicker and thicker Maine accents, and it sort of becomes sort of a running joke about these little phrases and words he uses all the time to sort of recreate the Maine and the New England accent. You're gonna see a lot of ayuhs. A-Y-U-H is a word in Stephen King universe that's just something that people say in Maine that no actor knows how to actually say off the script out of their mouth.
Ayuh?
Ayuh? Yeah.
Like Arya? Arya?
It just means yeah, but it's yeah. It's I don't know. No one knows how it's supposed to
Like
sound.
how British people say in it?
Yeah.
That probably means something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't speak English. Anyway.
So spoilers for the next episode. The book we read is also set in Maine, and I watched 3 different adaptations of it, and some of them do try to do the Maine accents, and some actors can do it, and some actors not so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I'm hearing is I'm not going to get cast in any of these movies anytime soon.
Jill, famous for her accent work in the Kansas City improv community.
Yep.
The other thing I wanted to talk about that I forgot to talk about last week, Carrie features bullying in the book as a big theme in it, and I am sad to say that when I was in high school, I did take part in some bullying myself.
Shocker.
Yeah,
Shocker.
not bullying other students. I was in a very small town, and there weren't enough of us to really bully each other. You would be ostracized. I bullied the teachers. I decided by the time I was in 10th grade that I was pretty much the smartest person in my town.
Okay.
And so I just consistently, ridiculed, mocked, and just tore down most of the teachers in my school.
Did you make any quit?
I drove out a lot of substitute teachers.
Okay, that's typical.
Yeah, there was one who left after 2 days, and the rumor that circulated was that she had to be checked into a mental hospital. I don't think that's true, but that was a rumor that circulated the entire school because of what me and my friends did to her.
Oh.
So I just want to take a moment and apologize to the teachers that I bullied back in high school, because now I'm friends with a lot of people who are teachers, and I understand how underpaid and undervalued and overeducated you have to be to dedicate yourself to wanting to be a teacher. It is a calling. And to have to deal with people like me, asshole 15-year-olds who think they're the smartest people in the world. Mrs. DeWitt, if anyone points this podcast to you, I just want to say I apologize. She was my sociology and psychology teacher and Kansas history, and I got a degree in sociology. I love sociology. Every day before class would start, she would have to wait for me to make fun of her outfit.
Jesus.
To pick whatever part of it I could tell she was the most uncomfortable with, and then just mock it. I'm sorry, you didn't deserve that. Mr. Fraze, he was our assistant head football coach, but he was actually the head football coach, but the head football coach wasn't a teacher, and so you couldn't be the head football coach if you weren't a teacher, so they had to call him the assistant football coach. I made everyone in our class refer to Mr. Fraze as the Dreadlord Sovereign for an entire year. I sat in the back of the classroom and I took all of the handles off of all of the cabinets. Like I brought a screwdriver with me and just day by day took them apart and threw them away. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I think I had the opposite experience because my dad was the bartender in town. So Dad knew all my teachers. And so whenever I would go into class, they would be like, so you're Jill. And I'm like, oh no. And then I would get picked to always read the thing out loud in class when it was time to read something. They just all were very aware of my presence all of the time through my dad. And no, I didn't get a chance to bully anybody because I was too busy feeling ashamed. So yeah, that's great.
It was fun.
I hated school. I hated it so much.
I loved high school. I wish I could go back to high school. It was so much fun.
No,
I had
never.
so little to worry about.
Absolutely not.
Just playing drums, being on the quiz bowl team, and bullying my teachers. What a life.
And reading books.
And reading books, yeah, reading all my Stephen King books. Yeah,
Okay.
those were my thoughts on Carrie.
Well,
Carrie's such a simple book, and not that many characters, not that much to it, and we're going to start getting into some much more complex stories.
and this is actually a really nice segue for our next book that features a priest. So that was a good confessional you did
yes,
there.
It was. My first and last one.
Yep. We did it. We did Catholicism. Good job.
Thank you.
All right. So we are getting ready for Salem's Lot.
Yeah.
Yay. So we'll see you next time. Read it real quick and have a great day. Yay.
Dead Wives and Kids with Knives is produced by Cody Lindenberger, Jill Gillespie, and Manasharc Productions. Filmed and recorded by Sadie Till and Marcus Leacox.